Liebe Leute, willkommen zurück zu Suzerain. Wir haben die Gendarmerie, diese paramilitärische Landpolizei, jetzt dem Verteidigungsministerium weggenommen und, wie schon vorher angekündigt, dem Innenministerium überführt. Das führt zu weiterer Unruhe beim Militär, wie es scheint. Und wir sind ein bisschen in Sorge, dass es womöglich doch noch zu einem Putsch kommen könnte. Mal schauen. Swedish League of Women has thanked us for the personal donation. The spokesperson said, President Rayne, thank you for your contributions to our cause and to the First Lady Monica, who pushes our agenda forward on the national stage. Interessant, dass das aus Benfi kommt, da war ja dieser Zwischenfall. Und das Briefing über die Gesundheitsversorgung. I had a meeting scheduled with Pascal to receive the annual healthcare report. He arrived at my office with stacks of paper underneath both arms. Mr. President. He put the mountain of papers on my desk and made a loud thud sound. I know this seems like a lot. Reviewing it shouldn't take more than a day. He measured the pile again, or maybe two. Yeah, maybe. These contain very important information about the status of our healthcare, salary spendings, hospital reports, whatever you like. We can go through this together. Let's begin. He continued, but I don't want to bore you, so I will quickly summarize. I breathed a sigh of relief as he put on his reading glasses to look at the document he was holding. So we've concluded our report for the year. Thanks to the allocated funds, we have improved the healthcare in the country overall. I've used the resources to begin a comprehensive health reform. We have more patients treated, less waiting times and higher treatment quality than the years before. That's great to hear. Thank you for your hard work, Pascal. This wouldn't be possible without your wise decision, Mr. President, so thank you. We are certainly on the right path to challenge even Lesbia or Weichsland in the matter, but we are not there yet. However, give it a few more years and we might even surpass them. We will. We need to get to the level of the superpowers. It will take effort, however. If we can stay for another term, I'm sure we will. Moving on. Ja, ob wir nochmal wiedergewählt werden? Mal sehen. Pascal skimmed the rest of the document before putting it down. The investments we poured into our rural health facilities has paid off greatly. The quality of care increased due to the upgraded equipment and we were able to hire more healthcare staff. Inequality is our worst enemy and we are one step closer to beating it. The disparity in services needs more effort to be completely solved. However, the additional funds for the rural areas are a great start. All these efforts have resulted in a clear increase of quality in health services provided to our citizens. He cleared his throat. Now that I have given you the short summary, there's a very important matter to discuss. Leaning over to grab his briefcase, he pulled out a tan-colored package. The package was stamped with a big red letters that read confidential. Pascal opened the package and brought out a few documents. He handed them over to me. Da geht's bestimmt um die Polio-Epidemie. I took the documents from his hand. It was a report from the Ministry of Health. Each page had a stamp on it that read, "For President's eyes only." Yeah, the report was titled Polio Outbreak in Bergia. How bad is it? For now it seems to be under control. We have put a few villages under quarantine. The total number of infected are currently 1,467. Death toll is at 23. If we have more outbreaks, the results will be terrible. Thankfully, we have received the additional funding to our healthcare. This should curb the infection ratio, although I'm afraid even that might not be enough. This is a very serious matter, Mr. President. Lives of Swedish citizens are at stake. What can we do about it? We've done our research. There is the cure. A vaccination was recently invented in United Contana by a doctor, and the formula has been made available for free in the entire world. No matter what people think about United Contana, if the same thing happened in Arcasia, we would be paying the price for it. Huh? Thanks to the very good decision made by you to increase the funding for our healthcare, we have the capability to produce this vaccine locally, but I'm afraid simply having the vaccines won't help. We need to make sure they are administered. We need to implement a nationwide mandatory polio vaccination policy. With your order, I can immediately get to work to ensure we are doing whatever it takes. This might seem excessive, however. It is absolutely necessary. Whatever it takes, do it. Excellent. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get to work immediately. He got up from his seat. Thank you for your time, Mr. President. Oh, wir haben eine Errungenschaft freigeschaltet. Welfare State. Cool. He left my office, leaving me alone with a lot of paperwork to go through. Sehr interessant. Ein Bericht aus Amerika. Proteste. Konservative Proteste against gender equality in education. Swedish housewives have turned out in record numbers to protest the presidential decree ordering gender equality in education. Most of the demonstrations appear to be centered in America, with Mayor Curtin Leslie's administrations providing the protesters with permits and security staff. Ah, Leste war der Rechte. Wie hieß denn der kommunistische Abgeordnete, der Unabhängige? Ja, wir haben die Epidemie abgewendet. Sehr cool, das ging ja schnell und einfach. Guck mal, so schnell kann man eine Epidemie beenden. Ja, alle Kinder und Erwachsenen sind entsprechend geimpft. Sehr gut. Bericht über die Entsolinierung. Solinisierung. The process of desolinization has begun, starting with the removal of Takisol's statue from Capital Park. By the end of this month, it is expected that hundreds of similar statues, portraits, and other likeness will be removed from every city and town. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Ein Gesetz, das von der Versammlung mehrheitlich bewilligt wurde. Das Less Spoke Bill. The Assembly passes an amendment to the Tax Bill of 1944 in order to increase tax revenue and reduce the excessive amount of tobacco consumption in the general populace. Section 1 of the TB of 44, or the Tax Bill of 44, which had imposed a 10% tax on all tobacco packages, will be increased to 30% on all tobacco products sold in the country. Section 2 will protect local industries by giving them a full tax exemption if the products are destined for export to other countries. Würde uns sogar Budget bringen. Und da das natürlich auch der Gesundheit zuträglich ist, unterschreiben wir das. Gibt es bestimmt gleich wieder einen Aufschrei. Tobacco was recently discovered as dangerous to personal health after researchers in United Contana published an international paper. The Grand National Assembly passed an amendment to the Tax Bill of 44 by increasing the tax by 20% and imposing a tax exemption on local tobacco products destined for transport. President Rayne has signed the bill into law, which triggered a dozen complaints from working class citizens who smoke often. Ja, naja. Ihr werdet drüber hinwegkommen. Hä, aber die Wirtschaft ist wieder eingebrochen dadurch. Scheinbar. With the tobacco tax increased nationwide, the consumption and importation of tobacco have dropped significantly. This led to an unexpected decrease in lung-related sicknesses and birth defects across the country. Ja, seht ihr, seht ihr. Aber warum ist die Wirtschaft wieder runtergegangen? Das ist mir nicht ganz klar. Wir können auf jeden Fall noch mehr investieren in das Gesundheitssystem. There is a significant budget left in the Ministry of Health that we can spend on several different programs in order to improve healthcare in Sordland further. Funds could be used to create a medical scholarship, build a state-of-the-art medical school, give free eye tests or dental care. Oder wir ziehen das Geld ein, um es wieder in die Staatskasse zurückzuführen. Freie Zahnversorgung, zahnmedizinische Versorgung, kostenlose Augentests, Medical School, Medical Scholarship. Gehen wir mal auf Medical Scholarship. Forschung, Gesundheitsforschung. Thousands of students. A new initiative allows thousands of students great scholarship opportunities in healthcare. The health reform aims to better the health services provided and so on and so forth. Medical scholarship program created with the assistance of the President to give opportunities for exceptional students at the best medical schools. Program will raise thousands of talented doctors, nurses and dentists to the workforce in the future. Hurrah! The Ashraf Anniversary ist das nächste. Da nehmen wir auf jeden Fall teil. The Remembrance Rally of the Ashraf Anniversary is about to begin in Suzerain. The Bluish movement is holding the largest rally yet to display their demands and strength. The administration can go to Suzerain to support the event with or without an armored convoy. Wir gehen ohne gepanzerten Konvoi. After making a stop in Dire to meet with Governor of Bergia Felix Bronn, we finally arrived in the ancient walled city of Suzerain. More than 2 decades ago, the city gained particular importance for the Bluish people due to the Izzam incident, which was the reason for our visit. It was the anniversary of the Izzam incident and the death of Watani Ashraf. The event took place in the aptly named Izzam Square, just several blocks away from the site of the tragic Izzam incident, which currently lays under Lake Seoul, together with the ruins of the sunken city. We drove in the presidential Cadillac as we entered the city's old paved streets between its rundown buildings. Our convoy could barely fit the narrow streets, disrupting local traffic and creating a noisy chaos in this normally tranquil city. The passers-by looked upon us with concern as we drove towards the square. I must say this was a good decision, sir. This will help ease the tensions. I hope so. If we play our cards right, I'm certain we are almost there. I can hear the crowd. I heard the chants and shouting from the outside. Lucian leaned in closer to the window, listening to their voices. They seemed to be chanting Yolak Bluderat. I believe that means free Bludia in Bludish, or something of that sort. We approached the large crowd that assembled in the square. There were probably at least 10,000 people. Our vehicle came to a stop. My driver exited the vehicle and opened the door for me. We were greeted by Mansun Leke, den meine ich doch die ganze Zeit. He wore a coat over his suit which was marked with red and turquoise stripes of the Bluish movement's flag. He moved forward to greet us. Welcome to Suzerain, Mr. President. Shake his hand. Mr. Lake, Mr. Galate, welcome. Shall we move into the sanctuary then? Let's go. We started making our way into the Suzerain sanctuary, which stood at the end of the square. A much smaller replica of the Ark Sanctuary in Dire, this building emanated a mystical aura due to its age and its blackened walls. We entered the building through the ornamented large metal gates. As we walked, the noise of the crowd started to fade out. Everyone started to get quiet for the ceremony. Thousands of candles were burning inside the sanctuary, one for each person that died in Izzam. The red candle at the center was for Vatani Ashraf. Mansoon gestured towards the candles. Wir können eine Kerze nehmen, wir können die rote Kerze nehmen oder gar keine Kerze nehmen. Ich weiß nicht, was jetzt überhaupt erwartet wird. Kann man das vielleicht rausfinden? Die Izzam-Incident, das hatten wir ja schon mal nachgelesen. Every year, the Remembrance Day of Ashraf's death is widely attended by the Bluish people who treat it as part of their identity, while others use it as a symbol of separatist sentiment. Ja, vielleicht ist es anmaßend, die rote Kerze zu nehmen. Ich weiß es nicht. Pick up a candle, würde ich mal sagen. He picked up the candle for Ashraf and started walking out. Many others followed suit, including us. The atmosphere outside had completely changed. The crowd was now completely silent. We slowly walked towards Ashraf's grave. On the way, hundreds of people joined with us. When we arrived, he pointed at a huge standing torch above the grave. Light the torch together with Mansoon. We lit the torch together. I turned around and realized the sheer amount of people who were following us. They were all looking at me, waiting to hear what I would say. Free people of Beludia. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir so weit gehen wollen, können, sollen. My fellow citizens. We are here to mourn Ashraf and many others, or those who lost their lives tragically. Das zweite, ich glaube, die muss nicht so personenzentriert sein. Ich stehe heute nicht hier als der Präsident, sondern einer von euch. Sie waren mutige Männer und Frauen, die nur ihr Land verteidigen wollten. Ich verurteile, was damals passiert ist. Ich verurteile den Tod dieser Menschen. Das kann wieder anmaßend sein, es kann aber auch Solidarität ausdrücken. Ja, ich verurteile, was da passiert ist. Entgegen der Versuche, uns zu spalten, wird unser Volk zusammenstehen. Wir sind Sorden. Nein. Wir sind Bluden. Okay. Aber wir sind alle unter einer Flagge vereint. Ich teile euren Hass und eure Wut. Ich fühle es auch. Wie rot glühendes heißes Metall. This administration will do its absolute best to mend the wounds. Das ist auch nur so bla bla. Und das ist so... Ja, Einheit ja, aber irgendwie auch so ein nationalistisches bla bla. Ich schaue auf die verlorenen Leben und denke, was würden sie wollen? Das kann auch irgendwie so als so anmaßend verstanden werden. Das ist auch nicht das, was ich eigentlich sagen will. Das ist zu... Die Distanz ist zu groß, zu abstrakt. Ja, ich denke, dann muss ich mit dem Mittleren gehen. Das erste sagt mir nicht zu. Wir sind Sorden, wir sind Bluden. Wir sind alle unter der einen Flagge vereint. Nein. Was würden Sie wollen? An old man from the crowd yelled, he is right. Soll ich eins sagen, ich träume von einem vereinten Sordland? Vor Gott sind wir alle gleich. We must always stay together in the face of adversity, against all odds. Also wahrscheinlich ist das sogar, wäre eins sogar die bessere Antwort, aber ich mag dieses Nationsbla irgendwie nicht. Nationalstaat-Gebrabbel. Das wahrlich vereinte Sordland. Also natürlich darf das keine Rolle spielen, der sagen, kulturell, ethnische Hintergrund, wie auch immer, darf keine Rolle spielen, aber das hat mit dem Staat ja nichts zu tun. Ja, das Religiöse, da sind wir völlig weg davon, da haben wir nichts mit zu tun. We must always stay together. I feel responsible and ashamed for the actions of my predecessors. Most of all, I feel the desperation to remove this black mark. Let this be a testament of our unity for the future generations. Let's stand together. Mistakes were made, innocent people paid the price, but we cannot let the past divide us. Das ist ja auch ein spannender erinnerungskultureller Aspekt im Grunde jetzt, ne? Wie verhält man sich dazu? Wie ordnet man das gesamtgesellschaftlich ein? Welche politische Bedeutung räumt man dem ein? Spannend. Ich fühle mich verantwortlich und beschämt. Ja, stimmt ja auch. I feel the desperation to remove this black mark. Ja, aber das wird man nie entfernen können. Das ist doch das Ding. Lasst uns als Bluden und Sorden zusammenstehen. Also 3 ist mir zu relativierend. Und 1, weiß nicht, was soll das implizieren? Most of all, I feel desperation to remove this black mark from our history. Es geht, also Halt absurd, das geht ja nicht. Den ersten Satz würde ich unterschreiben, den zweiten weiß ich schon, also macht das Ganze irgendwie komisch. Let this be a testament of our unity. Ich gehe mal mit 1, weil ich gespannt bin, wo das hinführt, aber ich fühle mich nicht so richtig wohl damit. I need help from each and every one of you to make this country a better place. Die Verantwortung fällt auf all unsere Schultern, weil wir niemand anderen haben, nur uns. Nur einander. Ja, das ist, glaube ich, zu offensichtlich. Ja, ich brauche eure Unterstützung. Ich meine, formal gesehen stimmt das natürlich, aber kann auch irgendjemand anders sein. Es ist ja nicht personengebunden. Die Verantwortung fällt auf all unsere Schultern. Are you with me? Morning will come. Freie Bluten. Weil dieses Morning will come, das war jetzt das sordische Ding, ne? Wie hieß das noch? Wegblende ist da. Morning will come. There was no reaction from the crowd, only silence. Monsoon leaned in closer to me. I must admit, Mr. President, that was a good speech. Thank you. He extended his hand to me for a handshake. Handschütteln oder umarmen? Und ihn gleich noch mal ein bisschen weiter reinziehen, politisch. Wir umarmen ihn mal. Instead of going for the handshake, I spread out my arms and hugged him. Suddenly the whole crowd started clapping. Thank you for this, Mr. President. I don't think the people of Suzerain will ever forget this. You've become the first and only president who was brave enough to come to Suzerain and pay respect for the Izzam victims. I hope this will be a start of a new era. Thank you. Lucian rushed near me. Sir, it's time to go. We started making our way back to the convoy. Well done, sir. This will prove very useful in the upcoming elections. What's the rush? The whole trip runs on a schedule, sir. The convoy needs to start driving now, or else we won't make it back in time. We entered our vehicles and started making our way back from Suzerain. Okidoki, was schreibt die Zeitung? Brotherhood of the People. President Rayne surprised the country with his attendance at the Ashraf anniversary. He joined the vigil alongside Mansour Leke on the day Sordland remembers Watani Ashraf. He has delivered a heartfelt speech that resonated among the crowd. We hope that his words won't just stay words. Long live Brotherhood of the People. Der reconciliation process ist damit angestoßen. A new initiative by the Sordish government and Blutish leaders has called for a ceasefire and easing of tensions leading to reconciliation. Ja, und mit unserer politischen Amnestie zusammen sollte das doch sehr gut funktionieren, nicht wahr? Da werden noch viele politische Gefangene freigelassen werden. Wir haben als nächstes ein Briefing über die aktuelle politische Situation. Das, liebe Leute, schauen wir uns beim nächsten Mal an. Bis dahin wünsche ich euch wie immer alles Gute und bis dann. Euer Jan.